So, dear friends, good morning. Thank you for coming. Be'ezrat Hashem, we will do and we will succeed. So, we're speaking about the midot, the proper measurements, which is really how one characterizes himself, how one has discipline to control himself, to hold himself at least within in the beginning, and then as he is progressing in his controlling himself from anger, from sadness, from worry, from sorrow, from all of these different kinds of positive characters or the opposite kind of characters, then he has to progress that even within himself, if it's something negatory, he should not have it inside of him. Obviously, this takes, if not a lifetime, if not a lifetime, then it takes very many years. As they say that Hara Moshe Feinstein had to work, if not 40, then 20 years on Ahavat Israel, Gadol Sheba Israel, the biggest rabbi that we had in the U.S. and in the world, one of the biggest Chachamim rabbis, that he used to answer people in a specific way, in the obviously in the proper way, and the person that connects once again the past generation, this generation, to the previous to the previous and generations and the chachamim and the people. So it's a very important thing of even of working on oneself. Rabbi Shaul Shaul, it took him like also 20-30 years. Many other Gedolei Shebei Israel that they had to work on the midah of Ahavat Israel. That's obviously to be patient. That's obviously not to get offended. If you get offended, like to try to forget about it right away, not to hold a grudge, and all of these different things. So I just wanna, before we recap quickly about Ka'as, and then we go to another characteristic, to another midah, to another measurement. Just would like to say that all of these midot that we are talking here about, whether it's anger, madness, sadness, happiness, all of these different things, different kinds of segulot to prevent nocturnal emissions, to prevent different kinds of accidents, quote unquote, for a person to prevent basically himself from all of these different kinds of midot. I just want to say that every single midah, especially Ka'as, which is anger, it's very long and very deep. The Yigeret Haramban, for example, the letter from the Nachmanides to his son, was not supposed to be like a public thing, but in the end it became a public thing, where everyone started to read it, everyone started to at least practice it, or to emulate the Chacham, to copy this letter, to desire, to want to do what that letter has to present to us, to the whole entire world, in the end that it became known. So it's not just a few paragraphs over there, few paragraphs, few sentences, few lines. It's a very deep thing. There's a lot of commentaries on the Iyar Taramban. Another Be'ezrat Hashem, that's also the plan, to learn that one day. So these midot are very deep. So let's just recap about Ka'as, about anger, about madness, is that a person should distance himself all the way to not get angry. And especially for the Kohanim, it's very difficult. That's not because I am one, but because it says in the Gemara, Masechet Shekalim Yud Gimel, it says that why are the Kohanim so fast to promote anger, but to get angry is because back in the day they have the characteristic to eat a lot of meat. It's not because they want to, it's not because they desire it. They're not blood eaters, they're not carnivores. But it's because the Shekalim Yud Gimel tells us, because the people, they had to sacrifice for the people, they had to atone for the people, and they had to eat those sacrifices. The halacha is that the Kohen, the one who sacrifices it, he has to eat the sacrifice as well. And there were a lot of Kohanim. And what does the meat do? It increases a lot of blood. It basically like a little bit overdoes the blood, and when the blood becomes a lot, it means that the person is fast to get angry. And also it says that the Kohanim are zirizim. The Kohanim are, it's in Hebrew, obviously it's not in Russian. The Kohanim are zirizim magdimim lemitzvot. Because they're so fast, they're prone to get angry as well, fast. It's supposed to be fast, not to anger. It's supposed to be fast and quick, equipped, alacritive for the service of Hashem Yitbarach. And that's the point. It's not to use it for the negative midot. It's to use it for the service of the Beit HaMikdash. So with this said, once again, just to recap quickly, a person has to not use anger as much as he can. He should forgive whoever it is that offended him, whoever it is that made him angry, very quickly, whether it's between him and Hashem, whether it's between the person and the other person. And as we know about the consequences of this trait of character, which is anger, the consequences and the punishments. In the Zohar HaKadosh, we said the other day as well, that the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says how much stringency we have to use for ourselves not to get angry. And this is a very stringent thing. It's a very strict thing. That what if I get angry? I mean, things happen, life happens, we're people, we're not perfect, we're not angels just to stay in one place. We either go down or we grow, we elevate, we go down, we're people. It does happen. Myself obviously in the picture as well. So it says, so the person who gets angry, it is as if he worshipped an idol, and his neshama goes away from him. His real neshama and some other neshama has to substitute for it, some kind of power, some kind of aura, and many times it is a negative one, therefore destroying the person even more. And to do teshuvah for this kind of sin, which is anger, is very difficult to attain, but it is possible. From all the other averot of the Torah, from all the other sins of the Torah. Why? It's because it is as if he is canceling out whatever his creator wants. Why is it avodah zarah? Because it's canceling out what his creator wants, really. And it is as if he does not agree what Hashem Yitbarach wants him to have. He does not agree what Hashem Yitbarach sends him right now. This kind of test, that kind of test, that kind of hardship, this kind of trial, tribulations, v'chulei. And if we're able to say, his body becomes like an actual piece of idol, an actual piece of idol worshipping vessel. That's why a person has to be very careful and save himself and guard himself at all times. Has to be always alert. And it's not just anger, it's all the different midot that we will talk about. But in short, so that's why when a person reads Musar, we said at least 1 hour every single day, especially on the Shabbat Kodesh. So if a person is able to always cling to Hashem, how does he cling to Hashem? Well, he does whatever you want, Hashem. I fulfill whatever you want. Yes, I also have some kind of desires I want, but it says that it's just like Hashem fulfills our desires, we have to fulfill His desires as well. It's not just one way. It's a different state. So everyone should have a good day. Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen. Amen.